Welcome back to Pocha Talks. I'm Ray, and I'm joined by your co-host.
I'm Christine.
I'm Kirsten.
And I'm Ben.
And on today's podcast, we are going to talk about relationships, porn, and all of the above. For you guys to get started, if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave it in the comments. We really appreciate it, and we would love to answer any questions that you have for us. All right, let's get started.
We received a question from a viewer. Did you guys ever have like a work crush or a gym crush or anything like that in New York?
I feel like I have before. I think one of the hottest things about guys is like being competent at their job. So like when a guy is like really good at their job, I'm like, damn.
Oh God,
like
maybe.
that's hot, you know.
Maybe that's why I never dated anyone at work.
So like I think like. Yeah, there's definitely been like a couple of like guys that I've worked with that I'm like, yeah, if I had met you like outside of work, like definitely probably would have like.
Is like a work crush like someone that you could date on an internship? Does that count as a work
Hello?
crush? Does that count as a work crush?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you're
All right.
working, right?
Oh, I met my ex at my internship.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait, no way. Like
Yeah.
at your internship.
Yeah, at my internship. I
She
feel
was
like
your intern.
no, she wasn't my intern. She wasn't my intern.
He wishes. He fucking wishes. He loves being in the position of power.
Oh no, we were both interns together, and like we just had all these like bonding exercises, and then that's how I met her. So I guess it wouldn't be like I guess it could count as a work crush because I kind of did like ask her to grab food
Outside of work.
No, at work.
At work. That's so funny.
Just us two though. I was like, oh, like I have a problem with this something. Do you want to grab food to talk about it?
So like, how did you like close the gap from it being just like coworkers to it being like more than coworkers?
Yeah, so basically, I feel like I just started inviting her to like outside of work stuff. Like we were going out, like it's like it was in San Fran, and like we would just go out to just like grab food or something like that on weekends and
You
stuff.
were
So
like,
I just asked her to grab food.
can we do a one-on-one on a Saturday?
And then she's like, no, I'm not working on a Saturday.
Be like, yeah, I have some feedback based on your recent performance. I'd love to talk it over.
And she's actually way smarter than me.
Yeah.
So.
Got it. So you just like asked her out outside of work.
Basically.
Did you make moves on your work crush?
No. Well, I was dating someone.
Wait, what? Wait.
Wait, I feel like objectively, like you can think people are like attractive when you're in a relationship.
I see.
Right?
True.
Initiating
Okay.
and like flirting with them. That's like another thing.
Oh, okay,
right?
okay.
So I guess like I think we have different terms in terms of like
makes sense.
crush. Crush, I'm like, oh, if like I had met you when I'm like single or like outside of work, like. Yeah, you objectively are attractive, but
Gotcha.
like other than that, I'm like not gonna like do anything.
A question on top of that. I don't know if you guys have any answers for this, but do you guys have a work husband or a work wife?
Oh, hell no.
No, I don't. But I'm so jealous of people that do.
Fuck that.
I
Fuck
feel
that.
okay. Also, but I do find it kind of weird because I go on Reddit a lot, and there's a lot of like posts of like, oh, my husband has a work wife, and I'm like. What the fuck? Like, why would your husband have a work
It's
wife?
called a secretary, bro.
Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, no, I was so confused. Like my friend's like, oh, I'm talking to my work husband. And I'm like, dude, you're like 21. You don't have a husband. And she's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's just like a guy that like you talk to at work for like all the questions and you're just friends. I'm like, that's called a friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why do you call it a work
Yeah,
husband
that is
or a
weird.
work
Why
wife?
they turned
I
it
don't
that
know.
way.
I don't know. I mean, like,
I thought like work hubby or like work wife, it's like, oh, you guys are like really close and like you have the intimate connection that nobody else does. And that's why you like call it each other that. It's definitely more intimate than like friendship. That's why they call it
I guess
that,
it's
no?
just, it's just weird because like a husband and wife outside of work is like super romantic. It's like purely romantic, right?
Right.
But then when you place it into the like concept of work, it's like not romantic, but it's closer than friends, which I agree.
Yeah.
It's like best work friend.
Ew.
best work. It's like a friend that can answer a lot of your questions.
It's a friend that's actually useful.
A competent friend at work.
Dude, the confessions on Fishbowl are like, they're so good.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Tell me
good.
some.
No, I like I can't like think of any like on top of my head, but they just like come up with like crazy confessions at work that
That's
they do.
insane.
Oh.
Okay, I mean, I have had sex at work before. What? But it was like on a weekend. Yeah, I mean, it was like on a weekend. Like I was like working there, and there was like no one else there. And then my boyfriend came because I like worked in Soho. So my boyfriend at the time, we were like gonna go shopping after and whatnot. And then like I was like, oh, let me give you a tour. And then we went to the bathroom. And I was like, oh, these are the bathrooms.
So gross, yo.
Wait, I feel like it's kind of hot.
These are the bathrooms.
Wait,
And
not the
I was
bathroom, but just
like,
do it in an office room. Just do it and just get a meeting room for like 2 hours.
I'm never in a meeting room. There's like cameras
Yeah,
and
there's
shit.
cameras in the meeting
everywhere.
room?
And there's like
Damn.
mics and shit. I don't know
that's
who's
crazy.
listening and all
I'm
that
just kidding.
shit.
Yeah.
Dude,
you,
there's
should,
still
you should
fucking-
never have sex at work.
Dude, you
Yeah.
still see the fucking camera with you two walking to the
Yeah,
bathroom, bro. I'm like, what the
No,
fuck?
I'm literally the minute I left the bathroom, I looked up and there was a camera
So
looking down the
aughts,
hallway,
yo.
and I was like, "Oh fuck me!" I fucking hope no one looks at the cameras. But then I actually set off the alarm on my way out, so I was like, I fucked up so bad.
So
They're
funny.
looking at all the footages, bro.
Yeah, they're like, this girl is fucking fucked up.
No, you're just
Needed
showing
your
her
SO to
around.
wipe your ass, bro. It's normal.
Yeah.
How are you allowed in office on a Saturday?
I feel like it's to the benefit of like offices, right? To be
Oh,
open
we're
like
not-
not
yeah.
24/7, but like 9 to 5, 7 days a week, because it encourages like people to work on the weekends.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I was just like working. Yeah,
Wow, on a weekend.
living on that grind life. You know what I'm
Damn,
saying?
that's crazy.
Well, I didn't have a work crush, but I had
Okay.
a gym crush.
Oh, you had a gym crush?
I had a gym crush, and I saw him on Hinge one day.
Wait, so you saw this guy at the gym, and
What?
then you saw him on Hinge.
Yeah, well, we like. I feel like he saw me too at the gym. Like we've been eyeing each other at the gym.
Like you were squatting and you looked over and he's just like with his camera.
Did he ever help you? Did he ever help you?
No, he didn't. He
He didn't
didn't.
say
He
anything.
didn't. But he was deadlifting and he was lifting hella weights.
Weak.
So I saw him on Hinge because obviously like we live in the same area because we go to the same gym, right? And I liked him and he like messaged me first like, oh, I think I saw you at the gym.
Hey yo!
I think I saw you.
No, he definitely saw me at the gym.
What was your first date? Doing deadlifts together or what?
No, I don't know. We went to a bar near my house.
You went to a bar and ordered protein shakes, huh?
for sure.
Wait, this is too funny.
Yeah, can I get tequila with a side of raw eggs?
Yeah, with some protein peanut butter.
Egg whites.
Egg whites, egg whites, egg whites.
Dude, I like was crushing on this guy so much. Like I would see him at the gym, and then like apparently I was like following him, but I wasn't.
What?
I wasn't. I was like,
That's what he said
Yeah,
at
he was
the
like, why
bar?
are you following me? I was like,
Eh,
what do you
what
mean?
the-
I was trying to like, you should be thankful. Like I look hot as fuck at the
what
gym.
the
Like what the fuck?
Dude, the audacity of
Yeah,
guys these
actually.
days.
And then he goes to me.
Oh, hell no.
Hey.
Like girls, man. They just like the
Bro,
fucking
what the
bars.
fuck?
They just like the bars.
Where he at? Where he at? What's the area? Put him on blast. Whatever your name is, Kevin, Blake, David, Josh, Jeffrey. I don't know what other stereotypes.
That's hilarious.
Whatever your name is, you missed out, bro. You fucking missed out.
God damn.
Wait, that's hella
Wait,
funny.
you actually guessed the name.
That's so funny.
What the heck?
Dude, I would get fired so fast if I ever fucking got into a work relationship,
I feel like you would do it very unethically too.
Dude, it's so not okay, dude.
Like, I don't think you would do it. I think you would do it very obvious.
Dude, I would never fucking hook up with someone in my workplace.
Another question is, have you ever approached a girl at the gym or a guy at the gym?
I feel like
Speaking
that's
of
so
gym crushes.
creepy, dog.
Yeah,
would
I saw like a TikTok about it. It's like all these like girls are like, you know, guys just approaching the girl and the girl's like, whoa, stop, personal like square. Like, why are you touching me? Like, why are you looking at me and stuff like that? But I feel like, would you guys want a guy to approach you at the gym? You know
Well,
what I
I've
mean?
never been approached by a guy at a gym because
She didn't go to a gym. So amazing.
I have done a lot of like biking and running and stuff. So I have had like people like bike next
after
to me,
her, yo.
like bike next to me and be like, bro, like nice bike. How many laps are you doing? You know, this is at Central Park, and I'll feel like, ha.
Wait, what about you, Christine?
Yeah, I got some people ask me for my number at the gym.
How do they approach you?
So this one guy was like, "There's no way you're single, right?" And I was like,
What?
"No, I'm not single."
He made it way way too easy for you to say
A
no.
lot of the guys that I'm into, which are like bulkier guys, they're too busy lifting. They're not gonna ask you for a number. It's like the frail guys that ask you for your number. So
Yeah.
obviously I'm gonna say no.
Dang.
So funny.
Yeah. I think like
got
if
that, I got
I will no longer talk to girls until I become bulkier.
yeah, I feel like if a guy came up to me at the gym, I do go to the gym now. Now I do.
How's your era?
Dude, it's been a solid minute and she's been a few times already.
But I would say, yeah, fuck no. I don't know. It's just like I'm like sweaty. I'm like working out. I'm like I can barely talk because I'm like just like working out. I'm like, I don't want a guy to come at me and like start trying to have a conversation.
What happens if you notice the fob is like staring at you? Like this chick is like straight up staring at you the entire time.
Are you sure she was like staring at you?
Then
or?
I would just check my pits or some shit. I'd be like, am I sweating or why is she staring at me?
And do I look ugly? Do I look okay?
Yeah,
like,
like,
does she
it's
need
In
something-
what
help?
scenario is it okay to approach a girl at the gym?
I think in most scenarios when she's like just like chilling there, when she's working out, you should approach her.
when
But you
she's
shouldn't
chilling.
do anything that's like really creepy. Like just like slowly creep your way towards. You should just go up to her and just like say like, hey, like, I don't know what to say actually.
I think it's good. Like if they're like struggling to move a weight or something, or if they're struggling to like put something back. I like it when they approach me there.
We love a
They're
good
like,
gentleman.
Oh, I got you. Or like if you're like
That's so smart.
like done with lifting and you're like putting the weights back, they're like, no, I got you.
Yeah,
And I'm
or
like,
giving or like wiping down, you know, her equipment for her. You'd be like, oh, hey, I see that you finished your set. Let me wipe it down.
That sounds so ridiculous. Who would do that?
Whoa, you
Wait,
guys put in
the girl's
effort.
gonna look at you and be like, do you work here? Like, are you the cleaner? Are you the clinic cleaner? I don't want to be the clinic cleaner.
She's gonna be thanks and put in like $1.
Yeah, she like pays you $1. Oh my god.
So painful.
Oh, that would be so painful. I would be like, you know what? No longer coming to this gym again.
Next, we are going to go into the portion of this video that is very much catered towards comparing New York City versus Los Angeles versus San Francisco. So we have a few questions to ask all of us and pertaining to the differences between the three cities. First question is, I guess we'll just go with like the more common one, dating, right?
Okay.
So how do you guys think, and also just through like experience, how have you guys found dating different in those three cities?
Bro, I feel like dating in LA is so much more expensive than fucking in New York.
I understand what you're saying because of that
that
person.
wrong?
I know because of that person, but a lot of my friends who have been on dates in LA and tell me like girls are super nice and they like split and stuff. And New York
What?
City, like girls like expect you to pay for everything. You know what I mean?
Oh, I just assume LA girls just want to go on hikes all the time.
I think that if you do like go on a date with a girl in that like influencer like vibe kind of stuff, like
Isn't
probably
that
spend a lot
pinnacle of
money.
LA though? I feel like pinnacle LA chick is an influencer chick.
I know what you mean. So yeah, that does make sense. But I think for me, it's like a lot of the girls that are there like live in like the suburbs. Maybe you went to UCLA or like UCSC,
Got it.
and they're
So
just like
it depends on the girls that you're dating.
Yeah.
Right. I would also say that like a lot of guys that I've talked to about this are also dating like the influencer types. So I wouldn't say like I don't think I've heard like it's more expensive than New York, but it's definitely a lot more like you date the type of girls that you date in LA are very like influencer. Yeah.
Wait, what's dating like in SF? Because I went on a few dates in SF, and I literally like. I feel like in New York City, there's some professions that are like really like cool and stuff like that, like you working at art and everything. But then like in SF, everyone is in tech. So like I just like see it like on Hinge, like every girl is in tech. Every
Yeah.
girl's a
I mean
software
that's why
engineer.
guys move to New York is because so they can like be a lot cooler than
Do you like
they would
girls
be
in
in
tech?
SF. Right.
Do I like girls in
Yeah,
tech?
do you like girls in tech?
I feel like girls in tech are a hit or miss because I feel like there's sometimes a stereotype where like they're like they could be very nice, but also there's a stereotype where they like expect maybe more out of you because they like already make a decent amount of money and they also like maybe are like a bit more stingy, you know what I mean, about their money sometimes.
see.
And so I feel like that stereotype like is not just with like tech men but
Yeah.
also with tech women as well. So they're very like, you know, just like logically orientated instead of being like emotional.
Yeah.
would you rather be with a marketing HR girly or a tech
Yeah, no,
engineer
for real.
girly?
Dude, honestly,
The latter for sure. Dude, the latter for sure. No
marketing.
You think formal?
Marketing,
Okay,
HR,
okay.
they do have like their foot in everything.
Here
though.
is it's a. I don't think this applies to every girl in tech, but I do believe that people who are not in tech put more effort into other aspects of their life, including their like appearance and their EQ versus like tech
I
like
agree.
girls. So I just
agree.
assume that like tech girls, like not everyone, but I assume tech girls don't have that high EQ compared to like other. Like,
I would say
aspects.
like that's like guys and girls.
Right.
Too.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Guys
Yeah.
and girls. So that's why, like, in my answer, like, I think there's a higher chance that marketing person would be like more like my vibe. But
Yeah.
totally would be dope to have like, you know, a perfect like
Yeah.
tech girl too.
So I guess like I can talk about the types of people that you date in each city from my perception versus like what dating is like in each of those. I think like SF is definitely like very tech oriented. You have like people that are very much like down to like date one person at a time and like be really committed to them. And also I think the timeline is like a little bit faster too. Like when they find someone, they're just like ready to lock it down and like buy
Move
a
in.
dog and like move in and like hike and like live that like suburban lifestyle. So I have a lot of friends like that. And in New York, it's just pure chaos. Like I don't know what's going on like 90% of the time. You have people dating like multiple people.
What?
Rosters, you know, like all that jazz. But the beauty in it is that you have a lot of different types of people in the city.
yeah.
And I think that's why people like date multiple types of people, because they're exploring different types of people and from different areas and different professions and like all that stuff, right? So there's definitely a lack of commitment in New York. It's like harder to find commitment. And I would say LA, I don't have any experience dating in LA, but I would say that similar to girls there, I have heard that like dating guys in LA it's also very like influency and like who you know, and there's a lot of like name throwing and like yeah
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait, I feel like so like let's talk about like dating as like a girl in SF. I guess like
love
because
it. Dude, dating in SF, bro. Okay, so first of all, my type is like nerdy Asian tech boys.
everyone says that SF has like hella dudes and like very few girls.
Yeah.
So like tell me about that, because like I don't experience it from the other side.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean it's like pure bliss for me. I don't know what else to say.
because like in New York City it's like more girls than guys. So like
I mean, like,
how do you feel about that?
I did pretty well in New York, right? But I'm just saying, like, I think like in SF, if your type is like nerdy Asian tech boys or just like nerdy tech boys in general, there's just a lot of them, and it's nice that because that's like my type. So when I dated in SF, very briefly, I met a lot of like guys that I felt like I could get along with long term. The only downside is that some of the guys that I dated, all they really talked about was like their work. And I think that comes with a lot of like tech people where they're like, oh, you know, like my company's my passion. I'm a software engineer. Like, and I'm like, bitch, you make buttons all day. Like, how are you making an impact in the world? Like, I don't know. And so like, they were so lofty about their job. And it was just like sad because like, they just like only really cared about their job. They didn't really care about anything else. Similar to what you said. Like they don't have any interest besides
bouldering.
their job. And like, yeah, sure, bouldering, we'll give it to them, right? But like that's like basically it. And so it's hard to find a lot of diversity.
But also going off of that, I feel like a lot of finance bros here are also very excited about their jobs.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
it's like such a turn off. I'm like, I really don't know anything about stocks.
Dude,
so.
for what it's worth, I think the reason why is because like the finance guys actually have to like breathe, eat, and sleep finance in order to excel in work because it's just so competitive, right? I feel as though like in tech, like they're total chillers like in like the space who just end up having like so much time to pursue their own passions. But in finance, like I feel as though like in order to like make associate, like VP, whatever, like you're actually slaving, and that's just like the nature of the game.
That's
now.
true. It is like 90 hours a week.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
And the way they rationalize doing that is like, oh, I'm doing really sick work right now, and like money is like everything to me right now. So like I can show you what I know.
Okay, basically, just don't talk. If you're on a date, just don't talk about your work at all. Just don't talk about the work.
Yeah, I think that's
I think it's like okay to like talk about it a little bit, but not like, oh, like my company's getting acquired next month and like,
oh, I'm
nobody
working on a
cares.
really cool project.
By the way, wait, I feel like when they say that, that just means they're about to make a lot of money.
That's a good thing.
Once they make a lot of money, they're not even trying to talk about work. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, so like we just vested at like, you know,
Wait,
300% stock. I'm just saying.
Can I just say, my boyfriend literally just texted me, I love coding and nothing else.
I'm so weak. That's amazing.
How the fuck did he know we were talking about.
Oh my
That's so funny.
I feel like a lot of
That's
guys
so
in like
funny.
SF, they're like, oh, like I like being a code monkey.
No, they love it.
Right?
They love it.
I feel
It's
like
their
they do.
passion. And honestly, to a certain extent, like I'm actually jealous of them, right?
Uh-huh.
Because they're so like passionate in what they do. I think I'm jealous of anyone that like loves working and loves doing what they do, because a lot of people don't really have that privilege of like getting paid to do what they love. Right?
Okay, like I totally agree with the passion, but it just feels to me like the tech world has so many people who are not passionate about it, who
Yeah.
are like fake
It's
passionate
fake,
about it,
right?
that like anyone who even is passionate about it, I'm not that surprised about it. I'm like way more like, it's way cooler to me if a girl's like really passionate about like art or something like that. Or like
Got
she's
it.
like trying to like give everything to pursue it, because it's more like, you know, you had to give something up to pursue that. But in
Yeah.
tech is just like I don't know. You don't really have to give that much
Yeah,
up.
you kind of have to go out of your way,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
to
yeah.
find that passion.
I recently watched Perfect Match on Netflix.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, Francesca?
Oh my god, I love Francesca.
Dude,
Oh,
she's
my
so
babe.
hot.
Wait, anyways, but the
She's so
guys,
toxic though.
the guys were wearing
They're so
crop tops,
ugly.
and I'm like, is this an LA thing? Like, what the fuck? Why are they wearing crop tops?
Wait, the guys were wearing crop tops?
they're crop tops.
Oh wait, was that just
Dom?
Dom? It was
Yeah.
Dom. Okay, I feel like
Wait,
Dom.
and Shane.
Okay, Dom and Shane.
dude,
though.
Shane
Dom and
can literally-
Oh my. Okay, Shane can. I don't know but Dom wears a lot of women's clothes on his TikTok, so I think
Yeah.
it's pretty hype. But I think that's why he wears the crop tops. But I don't think it's like an LA
It's
thing.
not
to
an
wear.
LA thing, because I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, there's no way anyone in New York is walking around
I
with
think
that
like
shit.
generally there's like a trend on TikTok towards like feminizing guys, right?
Oh, not
You know?
feminizing, but guys wearing like female clothing because it's like more like
Yeah,
you know,
but it's also
fashionable.
like,
Yeah.
you know, wearing jewelry and like having
True.
longer
Nails.
hair and like
Yeah.
the nails.
Oh, the
like I think
nails.
generally like there's like more of like an acceptance to like wearing whatever you want to wear regardless of your gender.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that. It was like still like a little like what the fuck?
I was like, what the fuck?
Generally, if I were to summarize my opinions about, let's start with fashion, because I think beauty standards is a little bit different because it pertains to like their appearance, like their like facial appearances. But New York, fly as fuck, everyone's drippy as fuck, everyone has great fashion.
Wait,
That's
I
the
fe-
reason why I moved here too.
I feel like in New York, you wear like weird clothing. You know what I mean?
You can wear
it
whatever
looks
the fuck you
fire.
want.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can pair
Yeah.
whatever you want, and it'll like if you just like have the confidence to pull it off, it'll work.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like I think I remember like being back in the Bay, I would wear clothing and like people would stare at me because I'm just like so overdressed, right?
Yeah.
And I used to be like so insecure about that. But then when I moved to New York, like people like don't give a fuck. But in fact, it motivates you to like wear even weirder clothes or like really
Exactly.
push yourself from like a fashion sense.
No, because if you wear weird clothes in New York City, you feel confident, right?
Yeah.
People would go up to you and be like, wow, that's cool. But if you wear weird clothes in like SF, people look at you weird and you're like, I might be weird. So then you
Yeah.
start wearing the normal tech stuff and you start wearing like North Face.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Dude, it's like I love it when it's like 60 degrees outside and some people are wearing like full on Canada Goose. Some people are wearing like crop tops. Some people are wearing like
Yeah.
just like t-shirts. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, but like the diversity in terms of like clothing styles is just so amazing to like look at. It's literally like Allbirds, sweats, and the t-shirt of the company that you have or worked at previously.
Also, I feel like New York compared to LA, just for a reference to LA, I feel like LA people are also very fashionable, but it's harder to see that because they like, when you're in LA, you drive around. So it's really hard to see people when you're driving around. But in like New York City, because you're always walking, you get to see some cool stuff. You know, so in LA,
Yeah.
like when I go to a party, people actually like influencers and stuff, they actually do wear really cool stuff, but like you just don't really see it as often because like half of LA is like suburbs. It's like a
Yeah.
really big place. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Sometimes I think like people dress up in LA to take Instagram photos, right?
Oh, that's true,
Versus
yeah.
I think in New York, I feel like people wear nice clothes for the sake of like themselves.
Oh, I see. Okay. So
You know?
in LA, there's more people who like could dress up really well for like an event, but SF people might not dress up very well for an event. But in New York, you dress up very well every single day. Yeah,
time.
just like you just do
I
it.
agree.
You just do it because you
Yeah.
like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, LA, it's like you're either like really nicely dressed up or
Yeah.
you're wearing like workout clothes
Yeah.
and then going to Erewhon or something like that.
Dude, I feel like people dress up in New York solely because they're just like wanting to reflect their character more than
I just,
like.
yeah, I mean, I dress nice because I want to feel like a badass bitch when I'm walking around.
True.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
I remember my friend put on her makeup and like dressed up just to go to McDonald's and then went back. And she's like, I'm like, what the
Fuck
fuck?
yeah, dude.
She's like, I don't want to make up. I gotta fucking dress up because the people at McDonald's better know I'm that bitch.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Wait,
I love
in
that
LA
for
and New
her.
York?
No, in New York.
That's
No,
so
I-
funny.
I
Why are you not
seriously love
Uber
that.
Eats at McDonald's, yo? Makes no sense.
But sometimes you just need to go outside and feel seen.
Yeah, that's
you know?
funny.
I feel like as a gym girly, like like the gym fits in LA are like the defined Lululemon, like very tight, very clean girl aesthetic. I'm skinny, I'm frail, like that
Yeah.
vibe. And like a lot of other places, like in America, not in Asia, because that's a whole different other beauty trend. But everywhere else is like more like as fitness like influencers, they have like Gymshark, Alpha Lee, like the butt scrunch. It makes your like butt look hella big. But then like I feel like a lot of like the LA girlies always have their like, you know, like green juice and they're like skinny ass, like tight ass, like Lululemon fits.
Is that workout clothes? I don't even know at this point. you know?
No, it's literally like hell, like bubblegum pink. Like they go for the pink print, or what is it? Pink Pilates princess like vibes. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
funny.
That makes a lot of sense.
Oh, wow.
Dude,
Also,
have
like-
you rocked aloe? Aloe?
I love aloe.
Everyone likes aloe now, and I heard it's because like the calves, the pants fit better for like Asians
It
too.
just looks really fucking
is
good
it
on
so
you.
Is it like
comfy,
this-
yo.
is it
Dude,
different
it's so
than Lulu?
comfy. Wait, okay. So, my birthday is in June. If you want to send donations to Aloe, thank you. I'm such a hoe for Aloe.
But how do you feel about thrifting clothes in LA versus New York City versus SF? Because I feel like I like thrifting clothes, but coming to New York City, it feels like all the clothes that like are in thrift stores are even more expensive than they were like normal. You know what I mean? Like it seems like I look at Essence and like they're like cheaper, and I'm like, what? And then the lady was like, oh, because this was like
is cheaper than thrift shopping now?
Essence was cheaper than the store that I went to that had a used shirt. Yeah.
Interesting. I think it depends
It's like
on
a
where you
limited
go.
edition.
I think if you're going to
Yeah.
Second Street,
Oh,
some
it's nice,
Second
it's
Street
nice.
stuff will be more expensive than like retail, or be more expensive than Essence. But I think like, let's see, if you go to like L Train Vintage or Beacon's Closet, or like those are like pretty like mid tier. So most of the things that I found there were cheaper than you would find usually in retail. But the real OG that you got to do is like all the rich communities in New
Oh,
York.
really?
You gotta go to their Goodwills or like their thrift stores.
Like Upper East
Because
Side?
you
So
know
smart.
rich people
That
be
is-
donating everything to those stores.
Damn, that's
So I
actually
found,
smart.
like, a
That's actually
theory-
smart.
Found like Theory and everything for like $20, like $50.
What?
Yeah, you just gotta go to the rich areas like West Village, Upper West Side, Upper East Side.
Wait, I've actually
Yeah.
never. That's actually.
Yeah,
I will do that.
good
I will do.
tip,
That's actually
good
so smart.
tip.
That's actually so smart. Yeah.
I feel like I found a lot of more like thrifting things in LA when I went. Dude, last time I went to like donate my clothes, I like literally went to Brooklyn because I thought that they would give me like more bang for my buck. They gave me like fucking like $14 for like 20 pieces of clothes. And I was like, bro, what the
Dude, no, but you're so right. It's such a vulnerable process. Like,
I'm so humble.
beforehand, like before they check your clothes, they're like, I just want you to know it's not personal. Like it's just like we're doing our thing. And I'm like, yeah, wait, why are you saying that to me?
And it's like 65 cents.
Yeah, like
20
60 cents. And I'm like, what the fuck? I got that shit for $200. And they're like, it's not personal.
My mom handed me down that shirt,
know,
from
right?
Japan.
And I'm like, this is so personal. Fuck you guys.
I never
Ben, have you ever
thrifted.
thrifted before?
I'm shocked that Christina's thrifted. And
Only in LA.
Have you
I haven't
thrifted?
thrifted here.
You've no
Never
way. We
thrifted?
should take
dude,
Ben
I was
thrifting.
literally confused. Like you guys all thrift. That's crazy.
Wait, you don't thrift?
Wait,
I've never
of
thrifted in my
course.
life.
Dude, Ben's too rich for us.
I know
He
for a
buys
fact that most of the homies do not thrift, so I'm trying to figure out right now what the deal is.
I
Dude,
feel like I like went thrifting in SF, or maybe it was LA and SF. I just like didn't know what to do, and they were like, "Oh, let's go to the street," and they were like,
so it was your
Melrose.
friend's pitching.
Melrose.
It was your friend's
Melrose.
pitching.
Okay.
It was
right?
not.
Yeah, like they
Melrose.
have this whole
Melrose.
street filled with thrifting, so that's why I went.
I think you've bought stuff before, but you didn't know it was thrifting. It's just like when you buy stuff from like a secondhand shop.
I've never gone to a secondhand
Okay,
store.
also
Dude,
I-
I've only online shopped, dude.
Bro, that's
really?
insane.
Or like go to Soho.
What is your
Or go to
favorite
Soho.
favorite online shopping store?
I
Tom
no preference. I don't even
Brown.
think Kit has like an online
They
store,
do.
do they?
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, okay, to be fair, I only thrifted like in my college years.
Yeah. Dude, that's what I'm saying. There's no way you're thrifting now.
No, now
you guys
now
fucking
I
work.
go to like Second Street and like more curated thrift shops, but like Goodwill and whatnot, you really have to like go through a lot to find like the good pieces.
That
And
sounds-
I just don't have as much energy as I did when I was younger.
The real.
yeah, that's thrifting.
I'm the poorest
I
one
haven't
on the
purchased
show, by the
anything
way.
for myself from the real.
Yeah,
I've
but that's
gotten
thrifting.
gifts from the real.
Oh, you've gotten
I'm the
gifts.
poorest
Yeah, yeah,
one.
You know, what,
Please
what-
donate me
what-
money.
Let's talk about beauty standards.
For girls or for guys? For guys?
Both.
Dude, honestly,
Dude, I love a mole on the nose. Fire.
What?
A mole on the nose, bro.
okay.
No,
I
that's
feel
not
like
true.
in New York, you can be like, there's like people are more open if you're like a different like better like
Yo, have you ever hooked up with someone who's not Asian?
yeah.
No.
Once.
What nationality?
He was white. Like,
What
I don't
about
know.
I mean, I hooked up with more than one.
Hey, yo, go through the list.
No, but like, why?
I'm super curious on like was it better or worse than Asians? What's happening to her? That's,
Okay, how about we ask this? Okay, let's just talk about it and then we'll go back to
Yeah.
yeah. Personally, I feel like I still prefer like Asians, and I think it's just because of like the certain connection that I have there. You know what I mean?
oh,
Like no, just like emotional because for me, I think you need some sort of like a small emotional connection in order to have it happen. Like
Fair.
better for me because then it's just like you're just fucking anything, and then like for me, it's just like easier to have an emotional connection. But in the past, like I think it was like it was pretty fine. But I do think that one specific time, that girl was like really vocal. I think she was way more vocal than
Like
most.
sex-
Like
Actually
what? She was
vocal?
like
Yeah,
screaming
vocal.
or some shit?
No.
Or like
Just
I
singing
want
and
to
all
talk
that?
about
Dirty
it.
do shit?
No, not like commanding, but like dirty talking. And I think that was really
you
hot.
nasty. That's so amazing with Ray.
Baby.
Oh god.
I also feel like hooking up with like girls who are like people of color versus white people. There's still a level of like relatability between the
I know what you're
POC
saying.
people.
I know what you're saying. I know what
than,
you're
like
saying.
purely white people.
Yeah.
But smashing the colonizer, bro. Fire, yo. Really? Fucking pain it back, yo. Pain it back, yo. How to be done. How to be done.
God damn.
Ben did it for the plot. She wasn't even into it, and then she was into it, and then he's like, dude, I'm about to do this for the homies out there. For the homies, bro. Oh my
I
god.
love Christine and I are just like,
Oh my god.
damn.
No, actually I don't get that high off of like fucking a colonizer like that. But I just it's just more about the connection for me. But I see what you mean.
colonizer.
No, I've only hooked up with like a few white people. Other times, like
Yeah.
only a few times. Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the times that
it's
I
a
did,
toxic
I think they were super nice and super cool and stuff. But also like I think the times that I did, they seemed like way more vocal for what they wanted, and also like just way hornier.
Wait,
but
can I?
maybe that's like
Can I ask a follow up question?
Yeah.
Was it easier for you to get non-Asian people in bed, or is it the same? Like, is there a correlation
I see what
between
you
like
mean.
race and like
Wait. Okay, I see what you
ease
mean.
of getting
Okay.
them into bed?
Personally, I don't know if it's like a yellow fever kind of thing for guys, like not for guys liking girls, but for white girls liking like Asian guys. But I think for me it was easier to go home with them because I think like
white people?
Yeah, with white people.
Oh.
I just think maybe it was just like a
That's crazy.
like a culture thing.
I've
You know
heard
what I mean?
that too.
Yeah, I think it's like a culture thing
Yeah.
that like Asians like for Asians like you kind of have to like slowly talk about like, oh, I want to go back with you. You can't just say it. But I think for like the girl, like the few times that I did it, they just like asked me to go back. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Which was different.
I
that's
feel like
kinda hot.
Yeah.
white people obviously have like more. What is it? They're less
Sexually
conservative.
liberated,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're like
Yeah.
less
Sexually
conservative
liberated.
about those
Yeah.
things.
Asian girls are definitely way more conservative in terms of like
Yeah.
vocalizing like whether we want to like
Yeah.
whether we're interested in you or not.
Also, I don't know if it's true, but I think I've had it in the past where like I think a girl was down to do something, but when I said it was actually a turn off for them because for them it was like, oh, like they just said it. You know what I mean? It's
becomes
so
too
weird.
easy now, you know?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Like they like the not talking about it and like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
slowly
That's so
going towards
interesting.
it. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then that's why I think it's different because for a white girl, like she just asked me, and I was like, oh, I'm down.
I have like some friends like that, and then like we're getting brunch the day after, and she's like, "Damn, why did he make a move on me? Like I'm so like I really like him. Like XYZ." I'm like, "Why didn't you just say something?" And she's like, "No, I could never do anything like that." And I'm like, "Wait, but you like him? Like you want to go home with him?
It's
You didn't say
like
that to me."
conservative, yo. I feel like we're just so
it's
traditional.
interesting. I mean, personally, I just asked like, "Oh, what do you want to do next?" I'm like, "Let's just go back to yours." Like I'm that type of person to just
I
be
see.
like, "Let's just go back," right?
But also sometimes I actually do like the not talking about it
Yeah.
sometimes because it gives a level of like you don't really know what's
mystery.
happening. And it's like
Yeah.
you're still like
The
I'm still trying to get it and like something could happen
Yeah.
but it might not happen.
Yeah,
because like when it's like, when they just ask about it, just like, that's what's gonna happen.
Dude.
And
But then you don't ask directly. It's like, oh, you want to like come over and watch a movie? It's like that. It's not
Wait.
like, well, let's bang.
wait, I have a story
Or
about
like, I want to see your apartment. What does it look
I
like?
want to see your
It's like, you wanna
cat.
it's like, oh yeah, I have a cat. It's like a picture of a cat.
Oh, you have a roommate? I want to see him too.
It's like, oh, you have a table? I never seen tables. I want to see a table.
seen a coffee
I've never seen a
table.
kitchen. Oh, that's so cute. No, but
Wait, tell
just
me your
going off
story.
of that, I have a story where like it was like super funny because like, okay, so I went on a date with this non-Asian girl, and
What
basically,
nationality?
Bro.
I'm not gonna say.
That's
it.
okay.
Come on.
I know what I did with a non-Asian. I don't want to say nationality. I went on a date with a non-Asian girl, and it was like my first date with a non-Asian girl, and literally like I just like went on a date with her, and then it was like amazing because she actually paid for the food, even when I really tried to offer. She's like, no,
wow.
let me get it. So she paid for the food. And I was
It's
like,
fucking
wow,
getting
that's
dominated
crazy.
out here.
That's crazy. No. And then like basically she actually reached out to me. She's like, do you want to come over? And it was like 10 p.m. and literally this is our like we only had one date, and then so I was like, I'm down, and I came over and then we smoked.
And that
like,
was the first time you got pegged.
no. No. Okay. Here, this is such a sad story. Basically, what happened? Not like that. No. Okay. Here's what happened. So basically,
And now he only
like,
hooks up with
she
Asians.
asked me to like, so I bought like some food for her, and then like we just started eating like on her bed, and like we were like, there was like the food was in between us, and then like we moved the food over, and then she had like a TV, and I was like, oh, do you want to watch a show? And we started watching Invincible. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if she's ever gonna watch this, but like I literally was thinking in my head to make a move the whole time, but I think it was just because she wasn't Asian and I was so like foreign with it that we literally sat on opposite sides of the bed and watched 5 episodes of Invincible, and that took 5 hours.
Wait, yeah.
And then she fell asleep, and I tucked her onto the covers, and I straight left.
Yo.
And I was just so nervous, I think.
Dude.
And then and I think she took that as like he doesn't
He's
want
not
to do anything. He's not interested in me.
interested. Yeah.
And then so I asked her to hang out again. She's like, nah, I'm okay.
Oh,
so then
no.
I realized like one of my like regrets because I was like so down to do something.
no.
But like I think it got way too in my
Bro.
head because I was just like, oh my God, like what if she doesn't like the way that I like look or something like that because I'm like Asian and she's
Yeah,
not. And I just felt like that was because usually like when you're with
Yeah.
Asians, like you know like she's been
Yeah.
with Asians, you know what I mean? So like most like Asians like have like the same, but maybe I was thinking like, oh, she hasn't been with Asians, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you
like I don't
grow
know.
up with only Asians?
I grew up with mostly all white people.
Okay. So this person wasn't white or Asian?
No.
Okay.
But anyways,
He's so trying to
Anyway,
fucking figure it out.
don't worry about it. Anyway, that was my sad story, man.
It's
Basically,
true.
if you're,
Pour one out for the homie.
if you're thinking about making a movie, just make the move, man.
Yeah, I agree.
You're gonna
I agree.
regret it. You're gonna regret it.
Because like, what's the like? This is what I tell my girlfriends. Like, what's the worst that can happen, right? Like, you get rejected, but you come with the feeling of feeling empowered because you did it.
Dude, what's the worst that can
100%.
happen? She goes, "You're ugly." Send your screenshot to her whole group chats, and then she puts you into a Facebook group saying,
what
"Don't
the
touch
fuck?
these men."
What the
Nah, I'm kidding. It hasn't happened, but like, but it has happened to like a guy that I know,
Bro,
like not
actually?
my friend, but like a guy, but like he's just like. I think he did something dumb, but I think he just like really didn't know that. And then he like literally from that moment on, he's just, I'm not taking a girl.
I feel so bad because I
yeah.
feel like your situations happen with so many like people. Right?
Dude,
Like, in terms
Asian
of,
men
like-
are always fucking getting so emasculated out here, and it's
Yeah,
just like
I agree.
honestly just rip it,
Yeah.
bro.
No,
Like, so
I
brutal.
think that like there are bad guys out there, and like I don't like that too. But it just like hurts because like when you're like Asian, like or like just like any like race for example, you're like a boy growing up to like, be a guy, and then like you literally don't know how to talk to girls. Like no one teaches you like this is how to talk to girls, so you have to try stuff, right?
Yeah.
And if you try something and it doesn't work out and you're absolutely flamed,
Yeah, your
that's like so
confidence
bad.
gets,
Wait,
like-
I
Do
feel
you
like
think
it's
your
so important.
confidence is like down because you're Asian because like the perception is that Asians have small dicks?
No, not Asian have small dicks, but
So amazing.
that's so uncalled for. You straight up. You even say just Asians were at the bottom of the dating pool. You just say Asians.
for that one. Yo, it's like literally so out of the blue. I love it. It's like, Ray, can I see your dick?
Oh my god.
Yo, pour one out for both of them.
What do you mean?
That is personal as humanly possible. Jesus.
This is actually a support group.
It's the small
We're
penis.
here for you.
Small penis
I just
society,
want you to
bro.
know we hear you.
Small penis society.
We hear you and we see you.
SPS, baby. SPS. So bad.
No,
Stupid.
I don't think it's the confidence that comes from like penis size, because I don't like think a lot of guys have that insecurity, but I think it's the unconfidence that comes from like media telling Asians that they're not attractive. You know what I mean?
Fair.
Like I think it's the confidence where it comes from like not seeing yourself portrayed on screen and you're only seeing white people. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
shout out Bing Chen changing that dynamic, bro. That shit's lit.
No. Just basically like, you know, when you grow up as like an Asian kid and you like literally see like white people on the screen, you're like, oh, like Chris Evans is like what I aspire to be, but you can't be that because you're not like white. Then you literally like are just, your confidence just get
Bro,
fucked.
you
Yeah.
haven't been watching enough like Sun Wukong fucking
I did.
Dato
I did.
Arzu, bro. That's so brutal.
It's the same for like Asian girls too, right? Because every time we're shown in media, it's like very sexualized. So that's
Yeah.
why like I personally have like not dated anyone non-Asian because of like sensitivity to
Ever?
like Asian fetish. And-
Oh.
Yeah, no, I've never.
Yeah, no, for sure. Cause I don't have like sample size. Like I only hooked up with like one guy that's white, and I honestly like felt like, oh, does he like me because it's me, or does he just like Asian?
Wait, actually, it's like weird because I feel like sometimes like white guys don't start off with Asian fever, but then they date Asian girl and then they like have yellow fever. You know what I mean?
Oh, because
They
we're
start
that amazing.
liking-
Oh, okay. Never mind. Clears that up.
I don't know if you've ever been down to Miami, bro, but the Latin Am chicks and the black chicks are so fucking nice. Like they're so fucking nice to Asian guys.
Wait,
Really?
where?
They're very nice to Asian guys because the dynamic is like typically like I think these women are generally like just more dominant, right? Because the culture itself is like a really like dominant culture where it's like you know, like yeah. And like I feel as though as Asians like just kind of like more like we're taught to be like so much more submissive and like caring towards
Yeah.
each other, like incredibly like underlying compassion versus like power dynamics,
Yeah.
right? So I think like that women think that submission is super hot and new to them, which is why like
No, I agree. I agree. I
Is that something, like, have you experienced
No,
this?
no, like I totally agree. I also feel like in
He's
a
like,
lot
yeah, I've experienced it.
no. A lot of these places, I feel like Asian men are just portrayed better too. I think specifically in America, they're not portrayed as well because of all the films that we have. But like, you know, with like BTS and like this whole Korean
Yeah.
wave and like all of these like South American countries and like places like that, they're just like super hype. And
Yeah.
like I remember like my friends were in Puerto Rico and they're like all Asian and they like went there and like everyone was like, oh my god, you guys look like
Yeah.
BTS. So like also because they like they can't tell the difference, so like we
look
seem like
like
that.
wishes.
So then we're like, okay.
Okay, I would also say Physical 100 has also done a lot in terms of like making
Oh my God, this is
portraying.
one guy that's like so
Dude, so- wait, which
hot.
one?
Wait, well, I like.
Wait, okay.
Did you guys see the guy
I know
with
which one you're talking about because
Wait,
I
but
think
the one
no,
pushing up?
The huge one.
He had like
No.
long hair and then he cut his hair. Is
What
it that
the
guy?
fuck?
No, he didn't
This
cut
is
his hair all
racist.
the
There
way.
were two guys that were really hot,
I
but
think it's
we
the
had
guy
different
always
types.
pushing the ball up.
Yeah, but he didn't.
He didn't
get
win.
for-
He didn't
yeah,
win.
Yeah, he's
That
so
guy.
hot.
He's so
dude.
hot. He's so hot.
But then also the guy who tied his hair up, who has
Oh.
his hair was shaved.
Yeah.
the really young one, but
Yeah, that guy's pretty hot.
Anyways, I think Physical 100 has has had a significant impact in terms of portraying Asian men and women in a more like we work out and we're like we love fitness, and then Asian men like more masculine as well. Like,
Yeah.
dude, those guys are like fucking ripped.
Someone wrote like a New York Times article on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was really happy about it.
No, I think it's like a huge
And like
win.
specifically, it was like only like with Korea, but like that goes to show that like if you did it for like any other like Asian country, it would like be like similar as well.
As a Korean person, like my parents, or like I feel like a lot of like Korean older people, they see like Chinese men as nicer than like Korean men.
Oh,
Really?
dude, for
Oh,
sure, yo.
Because
heard
like
that too.
Chinese women are considered to be more like I don't know, like dominant.
Yeah,
So like the
alpha.
guy, yeah, more alpha. So like the guys are seen a little bit more like understanding. So like when I dated like a Chinese man, like my parents were like very like, oh,
Happy?
like yeah, like he's probably really good to you, right? And I was like, I don't know. It depends on the person.
No, I've heard that from.
Yeah, they
there's
have that
definitely-
stereotype.
Yeah. There's
I
definitely a
didn't think that
stereotype.
like existed until like I
Like
dated
there's definitely a
one.
stereotype of like don't date Korean boys, you're gonna get your heart broken. And I did. So fair to say.
Is your heart?
My heart is thoroughly broken by Korean guys. No, but I would say like there are some stereotypes where it's like don't date Korean boys, but like date Chinese boys or like specifically Taiwanese boys, you know, because
Dude,
they'll
Taiwanese
they're
boys
super
so
nice
bro.
and they'll treat you really well. And like, not that I inherently had like a aversion to other ones, but like yeah, I've only dated like Chinese boys for some reason, and then that one Korean guy.
Also, I think it's like there's just more Chinese people in U.S. compared to
fair.
like other East
I think I
Asian.
grew up with mostly
too, you know what I mean?
Chinese people, yeah.
But I also did hear that I heard it more with like Shanghai guys because I feel like the
So
Western
you're going
cultures.
by the region now.
Dude, have you ever seen a Shanghai girl? Yo, that girl will ruin your life, dude.
No. Okay, I think there's a stereotype among like in America where like, you know, Asian girls are very submissive, but not gonna lie, in a lot of these like Chinese households, like it's usually the dad like getting whipped.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%.
All right, so that's all the questions that we have for today. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure to once again subscribe, like, and comment for any questions that you have. Once again, we're Pocha Talks, and we're gonna be here every week talking to you guys about dating and relationships and life in New York City.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.